What's the worst lie someone ever told about you? I was sitting at his family's dining table when his mom raised her glass and started talking about how proud she was of him for buying a house. She was smiling like it was the biggest moment of her son's life. Everyone else joined in, saying how hard that must have been and how smart he was to figure it all out so young. I just kept chewing because I didn't know what to say. He was sitting right next to me and didn't even blink. He nodded, said it took some work, and sipped his drink like the story they were telling was true. But the house was mine. My name, my loan, my money. I was the one who skipped vacations, worked through weekends, and said no to everything fun for almost 3 years just to save enough for a down payment. I was the one who sat in bank lobbies with my phone battery at 1%, praying my numbers were enough. I cried after every rejection letter, kept going anyway, clipped coupons, canceled subscriptions, and sold clothes online just to get closer. He knew all that because he was there when I said I might give up. He was there when I got the call saying I was approved. He was there when I walked through that empty living room with keys in my hand and tears in my eyes. When I told him the house was mine, he said that was great and asked when he could move in. He didn't offer to help or talk about paying anything. He just started bringing over his stuff like I'd bought it for us. Now he was sitting at a table I paid for. It got worse when his sister leaned over and told me how lucky I was to have a guy like him. I smiled, but inside I was chewing on glass because I remembered how many times he made fun of my money spreadsheet, told me I was acting poor when I turned down dinner plans, or laughed when I said I couldn't afford to miss a single shift. He didn't see the nights I couldn't sleep because I didn't know if my job would last or what it felt like to swipe my card and hope it didn't decline. But now that I had succeeded, suddenly, the win was his too. I looked around that table and realized every single person in that room believed he bought this place. Not only that, but he was letting them believe it and didn't say we bought it together or mention me at all. I stood up to refill my drink and stared at the sink for a second, thinking maybe I was overreacting. Maybe this wasn't the time. Maybe I could let it go. But then I looked around the kitchen at the pans I picked, the fridge I cried over because it was on sale, the tile I fought for at the hardware store while he scrolled through his phone and said they all looked the same. Suddenly, I felt the heat in my chest start to boil. I walked back to the table and he was raising his glass again, saying something about building a future. I didn't let him finish. I told them the truth, clearly and loud enough for everyone to hear, then sat down and kept eating. The room went quiet. Nobody asked questions or laughed. He just sat there, frozen. His mom wouldn't look at me. His dad shifted in his seat, and his sister cleared her throat and cut her food like nothing happened. But it was too late. The truth was out. After dinner, I cleared the plates, and he followed me into the kitchen, starting to say something. I wasn't listening because I wasn't even mad anymore. I was done. He wanted to play the hero in a story he didn't earn, and I let him just long enough to take it away in front of everyone. He didn't lose a house. He lost the person who bought it.